Hi, salam alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And as you well know, I was just in Alabama a couple of days ago, and I just wanted to give you the feel that I received there, the feelings, um, how the air is there. Like I say, some places you can travel, and you know that it is filled with hatred, racist. It is stained with the human stain of your ancestors. It is the Antichrist in the form of a state. The entire state is negative. The entire state is racist. So I went to a couple of places, and I just decided, while I was in Alabama, I would just go to a grocery store and buy my food, because everywhere I went to, if I went to a restaurant or any place like that, and I just want to, mind you that I do have white customers. So everywhere I went, if I went to a restaurant, it's like the whole restaurant stopped looking at my hijab, or looking at me as if I'm out of place, that I wasn't supposed to be there. And I'm not, because there's judgment in Alabama. There's judgment coming to Alabama, because they say that they are Christian. A lot of the Antichrist will be easy to trick people, to misrepresent what Christianity is about. Because we have these people who say that they are Christians, but they're actually, white nationalists. They're racist. They're KKK. So that means that they hate anybody who isn't, trying to line up with their racist agenda. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter if you have been here your whole life. What matters to these people is if they can't control you with religion. And when you're dressed like me, when you are a believer in another faith, they absolutely set up on you to gang stalk you and attack you, and to, make you feel like you're out of place. And for me, I would rather be out of place than to be indoctrinated with a religion that has harmed so many people around the world. Everybody who has accepted Christianity as a way of religion, because it's not a way of life. Islam is a way of life, because you incorporate the teachings into your life. For these people, the land is sour, because the people have made it that by giving false doctrine and not believing in the doctrine themselves, not practicing the doctrine themselves. So yeah, absolutely. When I got finished with my clients, I got in my car. And went to where I was supposed to be, to my hotel. If my client let me stay on their land, then that's fine. But I got into my car where I felt secure and locked my doors, because the negative entity, that entity that reigns within that state, is oppressive to black people. It's oppressive to anyone that is different than they are. It is oppressive to anyone that believes differently. It doesn't like my energy. At one point, I thought that someone was following me, and they probably were, but this ain't what you want. So I just wanted to make sure that we stay on the same page, that when you are a part of the entity, when you are a part of the negative energy that is surging across America, when you are a part of the Antichrist, and you're trying to keep your mask from slipping in certain places, we already see you. And a lot of people who voted this entity in that should not have been voting. A lot of people who have bought into this religion of Christianity that hasn't done their homework on it. These people who have bought into Christianity, who only want to control certain groups and certain people, who want to have access to your energy, to your star. These preachers, pastors, they are most of them are a bunch of liars. They want to have access to your star. They want to have access and control to you, so that they can reap the benefits of your financial gain, of your money, of your life, of your health, because they already sold their soul. A lot of them have lined up with the Antichrist. These people who believe that they can absolutely do something negative to you, and then go and sit up in the church as if nothing happened. They can do something negative in society, and God is going to forgive them. Jesus is going to forgive them. Well, I hope that they understand that Jesus and God is two different entities, it's two different things here. Jesus is not God. So if Jesus forgive you, then God hasn't. And let's let that be the reason. I don't have time to sit up and play with you because you want to attack somebody with the evil eye. And like I always say, this ain't what you want. Back up on you, back up on your generations, back up on your body, your health. And we need to understand that the only reason that these people exist as a group, as a Antichrist, is because we have people who have bought into it and integrated into their religion, into their way of life, so that they can control their families and houses. Some fame is better than no fame to some people. And that goes for male and females. So when they when they have decided upon that, we're going to make sure that we ruin your life, we're going to make sure that you don't get above us, that you don't get out of our sight, then absolutely they're going to come at you with the stares. They're going to come at you, as a gang. I'm telling you, I've been in places where the entire group of people just stopped looking at me. And I'm trying to tell you, this ain't what you want. So let me go ahead and let you know that there is wrath coming upon these racist places like Alabama. There is wrath coming upon these people that pretend to be preachers and pretend to be people of God, religious, but they're really operating from a sinister place, a sinister attitude, a sinister behavior against people because of the color of their skin, because they are women, because they are children, because they are elderly, because they don't believe the way that they believe. So these are some of the things that we have to make sure that we protect ourselves from by any means necessary when you're in those negative places like that. And I hope that this has helped you. You can reach out to me about further spiritual defenses from the Antichrist negative energy. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.